May 18th won't be the first time Dominic Breazeale fights for a world heavyweight title. He took on Anthony Joshua for his belt in 2016. Fighting gamely, but ultimately getting stopped in the 7th round for the only loss of his career.
I think the Joshua fight, I learned a lot. It drove me to get better, to become a better boxer. In boxing, there's this tale of, hey, you had your title shot, you lost it, you might as well move on to something else. And instead, I was like, you know what, I had my title shot, but I'm gonna get another one.
Let's talk about it. You know, he's got kind of a cult following now. There's a lot of people that want him to beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder because they're taking it personal that he turned down $100 million against to fight Anthony Joshua. It would have been $40 million for 2 Anthony Joshua fights, correct, and $20 million for Dominic Breazeale, and then Dominic Breazeale would have likely got an even bigger payday. So they fucked up his payday too, or Wilder fucked up his payday too. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. You know, I like Deontay Wilder, and why can't us YouTubers or media just be like, listen, we like both guys, we like all of them, but yeah, this was wrong on their side and this was wrong on their side. I see both sides, but this is not an Anthony Joshua video. Anthony Joshua is fighting Andy Ruiz on June the 1st. We're here to talk about Dominic Breazeale this video. It is May the 13th, 2019, 11:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live, and we cover every single Dominic Breazeale fight, every single Deontay Wilder fight, all of them. In fact, when did I start covering Deontay Wilder? The first, if I'm correct, he was still on HBO, Audley Harrison. 2013 was the first ever. And what undercard was this? Julio Diaz. I remember I covered this. Julio Diaz almost beat Khan too. Remember that? No, it had to be before that. It had to be before that. It could have been, see, I was on another channel at the time. It could have been Kelvin Price because it could have been. I was on another channel, but I've covered all these shits, all of them. Been to several of them too. I like him. He's gotten better on the microphone, even though people say he make up words. Pastor Wilder. Also, in this episode of All Access, I was like, oh, shit. There actually really is a Pastor Wilder. Did you see him? That's him right here. Let me see if we can find him. Like, there really is a Pastor Wilder. Where's he at? Where's he at? Come on, Pastor Wilder. There you are. Pastor Wilder.
And it seemed like he had taken hold of that.
Pastor Wilder. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying. I was like, oh shit. So now I feel disrespectful by saying, you know, when Wilder start like preaching, and that's where he gets it from. He's a church dude. But he'll beat the shit out you, Pastor Wilder style. Anyway, listen. You know, he is doing something great. He is showing extreme loyalty, the type of loyalty. I'm sorry that I'm yelling at you, man. I keep forgetting. I got a new microphone. I got to be cool. I don't have to be all close on the mic. I can chill. So let me get in a more comfortable position to talk and just relax. All right? Here we go. What he's doing is admirable. Admirable. You know, he's betting on himself. You know, he's saying that he's going to be a pay-per-view star and he's going to bring in all this money and that, you know, that $100 million, that guaranteed money. In the heavyweight division, any of these guys can beat any of them. Andy Ruiz can beat Anthony Joshua. Will he? Many don't think not. Majority. Dominic Breazeale can crack Deontay Wilder. Will he? People don't think so. Fights are dangerous. Heavyweight fights are dangerous. And the question is, can Dominic Breazeale do it? He started boxing, according to All Access, what they were talking about when he was 20 years old. He was a quarterback, played basketball. So that right there is a lot of skill to be able to pick up a new, you know, sport, as he was saying, after he thought his athletic career was over. Eric Molina, remember Wilder fought him. Lugano, I forgot who fought him. Anthony Joshua. Amir Mansour, Fred Kasi. Credible names. Obviously, Joshua was the biggest. You know, the pedigree. So look at the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua, once again, June the 1st, is going to be taking on Angel Ruiz, a fight that I'm looking forward to. He is the WBA, IBF, and WBO, and wants that WBC badly. Tyson Fury taking on Tom Schwartz, June the 15th, on ESPN Plus and BT Sport pay-per-view over there in the UK. Dylan White taking on Oscar Rivas. What's that, June the 25th? I forgot when that is. Luis Ortiz is supposed to be next for the winner of Wilder versus Breazeale, and then the winner after that is going to take on Adam Klonowski. So Deontay Wilder, if he keeps winning, you know, it's already his 2019 is already sealed up. Gio Big Baby Miller, yeah, I should just delete him from the rankings now. These are the official WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF rankings, of course. I make sure I update the champions accordingly, and it takes me a while to go through all this shit and make sure everything is right. Alexander Usyk was supposed to return May the 25th. He can be WBO mandatory whenever he wants, but people say, well, don't worry, you know, Joshua can always fight Usyk. No, it's when Usyk feels like he's ready to take that shot. Joseph Parker, we don't know what he's doing. Kubrat Pulev goes to court tomorrow, I believe, May the 14th. In front of the what is it? The State Athletic Commission. Where did he fight at again? Was that California? What was that fight at? For the whole Ginny Sushi debacle. Let's listen to a little bit more of Dominic Breazeale. So we're going to talk about the undercard, you know, and then this weekend going to be lit. Yo, we got some real. Listen, we got good, you know, major boxing every week. It's going to be so lit. Anyway, I'll be right back. It's going to be so lit.
At all. Usually boxing is all strictly business for me, and I get into it just to get the W's and just to get the wins. This one is more, though. It's we've got some bad blood. It's a situation where we've got some things that personally happen outside of the ring. You know, I don't know if he really understands what he did or how he's defending it. But anytime that a person's wife or my wife and kids are involved, it becomes personal.
The incident Breazeale's referring to took place in February 2017 after a card that featured both fighters in separate bouts. A confrontation in the hotel lobby led to a melee captured by TMZ Sports. And when this matchup was announced a little more than 2 years later, it was clear the memories have endured.
Listen, there's been some bad blood between you two guys. So on May 18th, will you be looking for retribution?
I finally get a chance to get this chump in the ring. And I say chump, and I'm referencing you, chump. I'm sick of hearing you talk. You love your own voice. All you do is talk and talk and talk. It's time to get in the ring, May 18th, square off, mano a mano, one-on-one, see who lands first. Hopefully you get off the canvas.
My words are powerful. What I speak is powerful. And what you will see is what I display. I will knock this fool out. So I'm gonna grab his brain and I'm gonna bring it out of here like a blood comeback combination. A-B-A-C, A-B-B.
Hope and dream.
And that's how it's gonna be. I promise you that. You gotta be more than ready, Dominic. You gotta be more than ready.
That's the blood code. I think a lot of these tickets are going to be going come Friday this week. Right now, remember, we're the Monday before the fight. So I think a lot of these tickets are going to go. And this is actually, dependent. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. It looks pretty good to me. Now, I understand what people say that, they be giving tickets out and shit like that. But still, the people are going to be in the seats. And, I expect for the ratings for Wilder Breazeale to be the best ratings for Showtime this year. And possibly, listen. It's hard to get to 1 million views on Showtime or HBO like they used to do when HBO used to do, boxing. It's been hard for ESPN to get to 1 million. Do you think the ratings are going to surpass 1 million for this on American television? Now, it's two people I usually go to for pay-per-view buys. It's Kevin Aioli from Yahoo. And then for like TV ratings, it's a dude by the name of Jake Donovan. I don't even know where he work at anymore. I think he's still with Boxing Scene. Oh yeah, Boxing Scene. I'm really interested to see, and I bet you that Showtime is really interested to see, what the ratings are going to be for Wilder versus Breazeale. And what do you think Wilder is making for this fight? It's got to be a loss all over the board. They had to pay Wilder to keep him away from the other side. I wouldn't be surprised if he's quietly making $10 million for a Showtime fight. I would not. I'm just saying. God damn it. I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that he's making a pretty penny. They had to compensate him some way, right? So what was I looking at again? What the fuck was I looking for? Oh, the undercard. Gary Russell Jr. versus Kiko fucking Martinez. Now, Gary Russell. I've been hearing it's either him or it's either Al Heyman. Somebody there. It's some issues there. And he has been, vocal about some money issues in the past. We don't know. And then it's going to open up the Showtime card with Arguines Mendez versus Juan Heraldez versus Arguines Mendez. Remember he fought Lamont Peterson a few months back in that nasty fight. And then of course the other Gary Russell brothers on there, all named Gary Russell. Richardson Hitchens, he needs to, they need to get him like lit a little bit more. Get him, like where Shakur Stevenson is at, like in his career. It's the undercard. Who has it over in the UK? Is it Sky Sports? Sky Sports has it over in the UK. The episode of All Access, I put it right down below in the description box. Just click the website FightView360.com, or you can check it out on the Showtime YouTube page. Also, remember this week, let's go look at it right now. There is a nice boxing schedule, as I was saying before, with the World Boxing Super Series taking in a midday card taking place over on the Zone. And what else is this week? Is something else I'm missing, right? Billy Joe Saunders versus Shafat Esselfy, Joe Joyce Alexander Ustinov, and Boy Jones Jr. versus a TB. It's a busy weekend. Wow. I love my job. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.